Hi, welcome to the last card in the Friends of the Forest card class. I've loved sharing these card designs with you so far today, and here is the last one, and for me I think I've saved the best till last. So I wanted to create something a little bit more than the scene that we created on the first card. So these cards kind of went hand in hand together, but I wanted to add in something a little bit extra, and I've used the layering diorama dies here to create a sort of multi-level scene on the front of our card, of this card. So everything you need is in your little kit, and we need to do a little bit more stamping and some colouring in of that background, so you will need some blending brushes. Okay, so starting off with, I'm going to talk you through your pieces of white that you've got. You've got one piece of white that has got your aperture cut in it, like so. You have another piece of white that is the same size as that. That piece is actually for the centre of the card inside, and you have a piece that is ever so slightly smaller. Okay, now that is the piece that we are going to work on to start us off. Okay, now using this lovely bit of grid paper that I've already used today, and I'm going to bring in my blending brushes, my blue and my green, and we've got balmy blue ink for the sky and soft succulent ink for the grass. Okay, so let's kick this off, shall we? And let's use the right blending brush. So I'm going to start with this soft suede, and I'm going to just go in with some nice swirls of colour in that bottom section, which is going to be our grass. Okay, like so. And then for the top part, we've got our balmy blue, and this is just going to be the same sort of premise, lots of circles, kind of spreading down towards that grass. And the important thing is, when you're creating a sort of skyline like this, is to really blend over that area where the two colours meet. Okay, so that is my little blended piece of background. Okay, what we're then going to do is we're going to bring in our card base. Now sadly I've not scored my card base for some reason. Must have had a moment of madness. This is a really old trimmer. I'm awaiting on new blades to come for my current trimmer. I still seem to have a really good supply of the old blade, so I'm just going to line this up and see what it looks like. Great, so that looks really good. I'm really happy with that. So what we now need to do is we need to stamp and colour our tree. Okay, so bringing in the tree image, here it is, and not forgetting our stamping mat for when we stamp that lovely tree. Let's move the butterflies out of the way. Those butterflies have really been quite troublesome for this class. If I've not lost them, then they've hung off, or they've just landed where they shouldn't be landing. Okay, so let's stamp our tree. I'm going to pop that in about there. So you might be thinking, why didn't you stamp the tree first? Well, the truth is, it doesn't really matter which way you stamp the tree, whether you stamp it before or afterwards, because you can colour over this background. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my dark crumb cake, and just be mindful, because you've got that background there now, the light shade really won't stand out very much, so I'm going to focus just on that dark blend for our tree trunk. And our branches in that tree. And this is what we were talking about earlier, in going over an area more than once in the same colour to get a bit of a shading, and that's what we're going to achieve on here. Okay, so I'm going to go in with our dark soft succulent. Is this dark? No, it's light. This is light, so I'm just going to follow the same sort of pattern that I've done with previous trees. And just follow those leaves round. Now you might want to mix up your colours now. Obviously this is the fourth card that we've coloured in this sort of colour scheme, so you may want to bring in a different green if you've got those colours. Or you may want to just continue with the same colours that we've used throughout. You might be a bit bored of these colours now. I'm not. I think the colours actually complement each other really nicely. This is one of our in colours for 2021 to 2023, so we've got these for another year. We're just about to find out what the in colours are for 2022, and I am super excited. It's one of the perks of being a demonstrator, you get to find out things before anyone else, and I can't wait. Okay, so there's our light shade, and then I'm going to go in with just a little bit of detail of dark just on a few of those leaves. Like so. Okay, so now let's move all of that out the way and bring our card base back in. Now this card will actually build really, really quickly now. So let's stick this down. Okay, and that's going in the centre, like so. Now line that up just to make sure we are happy with it, and yep, I'm really pleased. So we're going to take this piece now and we want to stamp our sentiment. I'm using the sentiment "Glad You're My Friend," and I'm going to stamp that just down here like so, and then using my black fine liner pen I'm just going to go around the edge with a little line, little hand drawn line, like so. It's important to do that first because this next bit we're going to stick it down with dimensionals, so you want to do any stamping or any work on that top layer before you do this next bit. Okay, now you'll notice I'm only putting the dimensionals in the corner, and I'll talk you through my reasoning behind that next. So let's just pop that onto the front of our card like so. Right, so bring in our animals and our die cuts. So the reason that we have not put too many dimensionals there is because I want to tuck our little characters kind of in and around that layer. Okay, so we'll have him there. We'll have our little bunny rabbit by the bottom of the tree. So I love these dies for creating kind of multi-level scenes. And then lastly, we've got our little cute little fox. I love the fox. Fox makes me very happy. Like so. And then the last finishing bit is these lovely clouds. Now, I know there's clouds in the rainbow dies, but what I love about these clouds that are from the Give It a Whirl dies is they've got a little bit of stitching to them, and I love a bit of stitching. Stitching makes me really happy. And there we have it. That is our fourth and final card, all finished for you today. And oh, I've forgotten my butterflies. See, I told you these butterflies were trouble. Just pop these butterflies on. Just going to do 2, sort of in and around. Like so. Now, that is our fourth and final card all finished. Do let me know what you've thought of the class. I love to get your feedback. Feel free to share any finished designs with me, especially if you changed anything up. And that's it, guys. If you've been watching through YouTube and haven't subscribed to the class, this is one of the classes that I have offered as part of the mini catalogue. And there will be future classes being made available. So if you're interested in those, please do get in touch. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, which is here. And I hope to speak to you very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.